Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrapped and Crafty Gardener. I apologize in advance if I cough or sneeze. I was helping in an organization clean this morning, and I got quite a little dusty. So I started to record, and then I started sneezing, so I had to stop. I am going to make another fall card today, and I'm going to be using the Simon Says stamp two-step simple leaves. This is a 6x8 clear stamp set with the matching stencil. And I've used this before, but I'm going to make a scrap card today. I pulled out my scrap folders, and my browns and my green folders are getting a little full. So I pulled out some papers, and I'm using this wonderful chocolate brown cardstock that I got in the Simon Says stamp kit this past month. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it, creased it with my bone folder. And then I cut a piece of gold out. I just thought that gold looks so beautiful with that chocolate brown. This is from the Waffle Flower 5x7 Lacy Layers. This piece, if you don't have that die, you can just cut it out straight, or if you have decorative scissors. But this measures 6 3/8 by 4 3/8. And I actually cut another one out in white that I'm going to put on the inside of the card. But I want to stamp on that first. And then I have a piece of white 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. I'm going to use this for the background and piece my pieces together on it, and then I'm going to die cut it out. And I also used Waffle Flower. I used their nesting hexagon dies. And I picked one that kind of gives you a shadow layer. So the larger one I cut out in this brown. It kind of looks like either leather or a paper bag. It kind of complements the chocolate brown nicely. It's more of a milk chocolate color. And then I picked out 2 greens, and then I have a white. Now the small hexagon, if I measured it correctly, measures 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, and the larger hexagon is 3 by 3 1/2. So I'm going to start with my white, but what I'm going to start with first is my centerpiece. This is going to go on one of these browns, and that's going to go in the center, but I need to stamp on here first. Okay. So I'm just going to move these off to the side and get out my stamping platform. And this is the original size Misty, and I have my Waffle Flower grip mat in here. And it feels a little gritty, so I'm going to take my tidy towel and just moisten that up a little bit. And I want to put this in here and get this leaf stamp. I'm not going to use the solid layers. I'm not a big fan of solid layers, but that's okay. Actually, I'm going to move this up so I can do this more in the center. And I want that leaf to be right flush in the center. And I'm going to use VersaFine Clair in the color Acorn, which is a reddish brown. I thought that would look nice with the other papers I have selected. I kind of want to show you that you can do different things with this stamp set. Oh, and that's perfect. I don't need to stamp that again. So I'm just going to set that aside. And I'll keep my stamping platform available because I do want to stamp once I get this card together. I want to stamp my sentiment on it. So this is going to be a fairly flat card. Pardon me, I thought I was going to sneeze again. All right, so now I'm going to get out this is a 6x6 Waffle Flower grip mat. I only need my small one because I'm only going to stencil this part. I haven't actually decided what colors I'm using yet. So this will be a surprise for all of us together. I have the brown in the center, so I'm probably going to go with my greens. Get that lined up nicely. And I don't have to worry. My paper fits under there nicely, so I shouldn't go outside of my lines. I want to use my greens. I picked out 3 greens and 2 browns. And thinking I want to do green down first with some brown accents. So let me get my brush. Pardon me, it was a very dusty start to the day. I'm just going to rub off whatever was left on here. And I'm going to start with a Lucky Clover. It's a brighter color. I don't want it that dark. I'm just going to do a very light, kind of a hit or miss. I'm not coloring the whole thing in with this color. I'll try a little bit of Jelly Bean Green now. That's more of a, pardon me, my goodness, it must have been I really inhaled the dust. This is more of an olive green, and I'm kind of going in where I didn't hit the first time. And I do want to bring in some browns. Do I want to bring in the Craft? I think the Craft. And I'm kind of going to go in the center with the Craft. And I'm going to try and follow the leaf outlines that was stamped on. All right, let's see how that looks. I'm going to bring you down. So if you get seasick, oh, that light doesn't allow you to see that better. If I bring it down too far, going back up. Sorry, going to reposition. Now, I do want to put a little bit of coloring along the edge of this, and I'm going to come in with whatever green is still left on here and just do a very light hint. This will help this coordinate with the other green pieces that I already have. I'm not going to add any more ink, just using what is on my brush already. And I may be coming in, maybe 1/4 of an inch and hoping I don't and bring it right down in. No, that looks good. All right. Now my Craft. All right, so I'm done with the inks. So I just used the Lucky Clover and the Jelly Bean and Craft. So I'll set those over here so I know when I make my product list for you. Okay, and I am done stenciling. The longest part of this will be piecing it together. And that's not really going to take that long. Well, okay. Sorry for the noise. I know that makes a terrible sound. Okay, now I'm going to take, and I'll do all my stamping separately. All right. So this is the part where I'm going to put these all together. And I kind of have the idea that I want to elevate the center portion up and leave the other hexagons down flat. But so I'm not going to glue them down yet. I'm just going to glue them together to make placement. And that one I want in the center. And these are just, this isn't even cardstock. This is just decorative paper that I am using. So it's very lightweight. And I'm just going to glue these together. And I'm kind of wanting to go this way. I might even angle this different. Like that. No, I want that straight. Now this one is cardstock. It doesn't matter. You can mix the two together. I just chose 2 green patterns that I had enough of that I thought would look nice together. And then once I get this all together, I will cut down the frame to make it much smaller than it actually is looking right now. I like to use up my scraps when I can. I don't always have that opportunity, especially when I'm in a hurry. Then I just grab what's available. But if I have a moment to go through my scraps and see what I have, that's what I want to do. All right, so now if I put this here like that, I'm going to leave some white showing, which is my goal. I don't want the same pattern together. So let's move this over more towards the middle. And I'm going to readjust my camera here. Hold on. I see it started to tilt sideways on me. And I'm going to move it down. I think I bumped it this morning when I started recording. All right, so I am going to glue these down now. I'm going to glue it on here. So I get the pieces. And I do want to pop up that center panel. And anything that I cut off and is going to be extra, I can use to fill in if there's any spaces that are too big showing white, or I can even stencil them in with my blending brushes. And now I'm losing my voice. I'm hoping it was just the dust that I got into today. It was really dusty. I was scrubbing the walls and the floors. Trying to make them look as fairly even as possible. It's not always possible. Now this one I can put right on here. All right, and I wipe a little bit of that glue up. Okay, now I'm going to take, where did it go? It's my 5x7 lacy layer that is the plain inside. Did I not grab that yet? I did. So it should be right here. Yellow. Gonna put you on pause while I find it because I think I need to sneeze anyhow, so hold on. Okay, I am back and found it. Now this is, I'm gonna leave that off until I cut it out. And so that's gonna cut it down considerably, but I do want to get it centered as much as I can. I think right about here. So I'm just going to take a little piece of washi tape and I'm going to stick it over here in the corner and do that on these two sides and these two sides. All right, get my cutting mat. That's why I taped it down. All right. Now, I think I need my larger mats. I could trim those off by hand, but I think I'm just going to use my larger mat so they don't stick off the edge. I'm going to run that through my machine real quick. Okay. Oh, yep, I did get some glue down there. That's all right. And that gives us a nice stitched layer, which will center right inside here. Okay. And I don't even need to fill in any spots. So now I have these pieces that I can use on another design. And it's kind of cool. They're already flag shaped. So I'll figure out something to use those flags for. Now, if you don't have a larger mat, just trim it down before you put it through the die cut machine. Now, I am going to stamp somewhere on here, or I might do something different. I don't know. But this is going to go right in the center. And I have to decide, I think I want my leaf to go sideways. So let me put this together. I'm going to glue this down first. Pardon me. And I'm just going to hold that down real quick. I do want to stamp a sentiment. No, I don't like, no. I'm going to raise that up. I don't know if the sentiment will stick here because it is a textured paper. I just want to put Happy Fall. This is from the Newton's Nook Designs, which I think I'm going to make this card next week using this stamp. But I do want to put Happy Fall on here. And I could stamp that right across there. But let me see. All right. So this I got to put down. And get that as centered as I can. And now set that on there. Okay, now what do I want to do with my sentiment? Let me see. Decisions, decisions, decisions. All right, that's sometimes when you do several thicknesses and then you die cut it, it tends to want to warp a little bit. So you really have to burnish it down until your glue takes a good hold. And I got a little piece of washi tape that got stuck over here in the corner. And there we go. Okay. All right. Now this I'm going to pop up. I want to go sideways, but it doesn't look right sideways. So we're going to pop this up with those large foam dots. And then I'm going to decide about my sentiment. Because it's going up, I will probably add a sentiment to the card in another location. One way to make a decision is to just go ahead and do it. Two more left. These are about 1/4 of an inch in height. Get that like that. Now, if I do Happy Fall, you know, it's really kind of a small sentiment. I'm going to put you on pause again while I look through my sentiments and see if I have something a little bit larger. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't find anything I liked, so I'm going to stick with the Happy Fall, and I'm going to put it across here. It's going to be a little difficult stamping because I have already put foam squares underneath it. And wouldn't you know, I've misplaced my stamping platform. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. Yes. So, all right. It should be right here. And it is not. Oh, there it is. All right. So I'm going to put Happy Fall right across the center of this. And then I'm going to use some of these from the two-step Simple Lace from Simon Says Stamps. And I want to put Thankful for You kind of down here too. So let me get the Happy Fall. This is from Newton's Nook. Newton's Harvest Time. And I'm going to put it right smack center of that. And I need to condition that. Since I have brown ink already, I'm going to use black ink on top to give it a little contrast. And let me see how this stamps now. All right, not too bad. Okay, I have to do it a couple of times, I think, to get a good... Oh, that came out nice. I'm going to do it one more time. All right. Now, I think I'm going to stamp the other portion in the acorn. Or, yeah, the acorn. And I want to put Thankful for You. Do I want to put it down here kind of angled? Boy, it looks really dark in here today. Apologies for lighting. There's nothing different. All right. That I'm going to put in the acorn. And I need to condition that. Just rubbing my finger across it. Boy, I got ink. I better clean that off because I've got ink where I don't want it. And since my card is elevated, I'll do one more time. All right. Now we just need to bling it up. Okay. Oh, I need to stamp on the inside. Forgot about that. I'm just going to put the same leaf on the inside, but not color it. It's just going to be stamped in the acorn. All right, now I'm going to use some stickles in the color Unicorn. I'm going to put that on the veins of that fall leaf. I'm going to put a little bit on my mat here, just on my glass board. And then I have just a paintbrush that I never clean because I want it to be a stiff brush. Yeah. Might need to ink. There we go. That'll give the Unicorn has a little bit of a gold, a yellow gold glitter in it, and I thought that would coordinate nicely with the colors here. Oh, I'm going to try it right on. Just put a little bit. Stickles will dry flat. So I'm just going to follow the lines here. And this isn't coming too bad. As long as I don't squeeze it too hard, I'm getting a nice thin line because these have a fine tip bottle point on them. And I'll go just down the center stem also. All right. Now I need to clean up the stickles that I put here on the table. And I'm not even sure it needs bling, but let me see. I have these gold pearls. And it's looking really dark. My lighting, I hope you can see that. I don't think I need a whole lot. And look at how that leaf just sparkles with that unicorn on it. Not even sure I need any of these. You know what? It needs no further embellishments. I just have to glue the inside of the card in. And then that's where you can write your sentiment. And I'll also put the same stamp on the outside of the envelope. Okay, that's my card for today. Thank you so much for watching. And look at that shine. I love stickles and how that little bit adds to the card. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.